The Bloodline is undoubtedly one of the most respected and successful stables in pro wrestling history. However, even the best stories need a refresh, and after years under Roman Reigns' leadership, the team now finds itself led by Solo Sikoa. He will have the chance to take the title from Cody Rhodes this weekend at SummerSlam. But in today's video, we'll find out why so many fans hate Solo Sikoa. But first, I'd like to ask you to subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, and click the bell icon because it really helps our channel. Now, let's get into the content. Son of the legendary Rikishi, Solo Sikoa made his debut on October 26, 2021 at Halloween Havoc in NXT. Though he never won a title during his developmental days, his debut on the main roster was nothing short of spectacular. He interfered in the main event match between his cousin Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre, helping Reigns retain the undisputed WWE Universal Championship against McIntyre and aligning himself with the Bloodline. After Roman Reigns' defeat to Cody Rhodes at Wrestlemania 40, Sikoa was appointed as the de facto leader of the Bloodline, recruiting Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Jacob Fatu as the new members of the stable. 1. The Shadow of Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has had a turbulent path in WWE, once a high-value prospect, still in the Shield. Soon after hated after trying to become the face of the company following John Cena's departure. But if one thing is a fact, it is that Roman has gained a solid fan base over the years, which would make it extremely difficult for anyone taking his place, even indirectly, to be successful or unanimously accepted by the public. Sikoa's efforts to lead the Bloodline are frequently undermined by persistent fan loyalty to Reigns, making it challenging for him to gain the same level of acceptance and authority. The ongoing chants for Reigns during Sikoa's segments and the constant comparisons to Reigns' tenure highlight the difficulties Sikoa faces in stepping out of Reigns' shadow and establishing his own legacy. Here, I'm not saying that I necessarily agree with the idea that no one could replace Roman, or that Solo isn't necessarily a good name for. I'm just attesting to the fact that his transition as leader, to this point, hasn't been as accepted as probably the creative power of the company would like. 2. Maybe he's not ready yet. This argument is quite simple. Maybe Solo is not yet 100% ready for the top, both on the microphone and in the ring. Sikoa's matches tend to be straightforward, lacking the innovative sequences and technical finesse that define top-tier wrestling. His encounters with Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn were marked by a repetitive moveset, which quickly became predictable. Solo Sikoa's promos often lack the charisma and intensity needed to engage the audience. When Sikoa steps up to the mic, his tone often comes across as monotonous and unconvincing. Take, for instance, his recent confrontation with Cody Rhodes on SmackDown. Rhodes dominated the verbal exchange, showcasing his wit and verbal dexterity. Sikoa's rapid rise through the ranks has bypassed several key developmental stages, essential for any wrestler aiming for the top. A slower, more deliberate build would afford him the opportunity to refine his in-ring and promo skills comprehensively. But the key here is to understand that the criticism exists not because of a lack of talent or future for Solo Sikoa, but rather because of the simple fact that he is being thrown to the lions, without the necessary time to mature, and without factually showing anything of value. Impressive inside the ring or with a microphone in his hands, which justify all this prominence to the fans. 3. Rivalry with John Cena. Okay, that one just didn't make any sense. We understand it's the law of the forest, the youngest lion will dethrone the oldest. And with John Cena leaving the company due to his age, and to increasingly consolidate himself as a Hollywood star, nothing more fair than transfer their authority and popularity to a prospect. But the way this process was done with Sikoa made everything meaningless. Solo Sikoa destroyed John Cena at Crown Jewel, only to have his winning streak immediately halted, which definitely means his career lost momentum, still felt to this day. 4. Aura. He just doesn't have an aura. Simple as that. If you combine all the aspects we mentioned in this video, especially the lack of experience and little time to develop or show something special within the company, it is basically impossible to create any kind of aura. On top of this, which should be the successor of one of the greatest wrestlers of our generation, remembering that this is not a video to destroy Solo's image or state that he is a failure or has no future within the organization, just that things have been happening in a very hasty manner, and that all this spotlight so far has not been the best direction for your career, if we think in the long term. But what about you? What do you think of Solo Sikoa? Don't forget to share your opinion, and that's it. See you in the next video.